name is Artemis Scantilides, and I am the co-owner of Iron Body Studios in Needham, Massachusetts. And I'm here to welcome you to Albany Movement and Fitness. Today I'm going to talk about the Turkish get-up, or also known as the get-up. The get-up is a fantastic movement for all ages. It's a movement that I teach to all of my clients, whether they're in their 20s or in their 70s. And the reason why the get-up is a great movement for all ages is because it brings us back to the ground. As adults, we don't spend enough time on the ground. We don't spend enough time getting up and down from the ground, and if we don't do that enough, we can lose that skill completely. And so it helps to keep us in tune with the ground and getting up and down from the ground very easily. The get-up is, most of the time, it is loaded. However, not all of your clients, when you teach your clients the get-up, will load the get-up. So I have clients who do just body weight get-ups only, some clients who load the get-up, and even clients who may not do a full get-up. You can definitely break it down according to skill level and maybe even possibly injury history, past injuries. So that's another reason why it's a great movement, is because you can really pick it apart and you can choose what is appropriate for your client based upon their history and their possible injury history and their age. When I teach the get-up, I will start, you want to start complete body weight. So no, you don't want to load it with a kettlebell first. And there are many parts to the get-up. And it can be very overwhelming for people, so it's really important to break it down and make sure that people master each portion of the movement before you add on another movement. So I'm going to bring it down to the ground, and I'm going to show you how to start. So I always have my clients, whether they're eventually going to load the get-up or not, I always have them pretend that they have an imaginary kettlebell. Because if they do eventually load it, they need to learn how to pick up that kettlebell safely. So you're going to start on the ground, on your side. I tell them to pick up their imaginary kettlebell with both hands and bring it into their stomachs. So the first part that I always teach clients is to the hand. So they're going to bring it into their stomachs. They're going to press the bell with both hands. The imaginary bell is in my right hand, and then my right leg is bent and my left leg is straight. I'm going to tell them to roll their hips up, push off this foot, squeeze your glute, roll your hips up, and come up onto your elbow. And then from here, I'm going to have them press up to their hand. So this is the first part that I teach clients. And they'll practice this for a few weeks. They'll go elbow to hand, elbow to hand. And I'll just show it on the other side. They'll go elbow to hand, elbow to hand. And I'll have them practice that until they don't think about it anymore. One thing that you might see with beginners when they're coming to the hand is that they don't sit tall, and their shoulder is here. So you want to make sure that they sit tall and their shoulders in a packed position. Something that helps them to do that is to have them spin their fingertips behind them, okay? So then from here, we're going to move on to the knees. You're going to sweep your leg under and come to your knee. You're going to push your hip back over your heel, get yourself underneath your hand, which might have a bell, and you're going to come up under the bell. What's really important here is you want to make sure that your client has his or her toe tucked under. You don't want to be here, okay? So make sure that your client is dorsiflexed. All right? So I just swept under, I pushed my hip under, I pushed my hip over my heel, came up under my hand, and I'm going to windshield wiper my leg, like a windshield wiper, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take it to standing. I'm going to push off my toe and come to standing. And I'm just going to come back down the way I went up. So I'm going to drop, step, lunge back, windshield wiper, hinge, hand down, and notice how I place my hand right next to my leg. Sweep, elbow, and all the way down. So you want to teach your client to come to the hand first, have them practice that for a few weeks until they don't think about it, and then to the knee for a few weeks until they don't think about it anymore, and then you can take them to standing, and then have them practice body weight to standing for a few weeks until they don't think about it anymore, and then you can load it. Have fun.